far away, Dana. Move over.
I can't be too far away. We have the samples in the back.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Wait, I can't even see what's behind your head.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Let's adjust. Bring Gertrude and Myrtle over.
It's like she's wearing tape measures. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Knitting Place podcast. This is go ahead.
I was going to say 29, episode 29.
Podcast 29.
Almost to 30, Dana.
It's September 21st.
Can you believe that? Well,
Is
that's
it officially.
Someone said to me at school yesterday that the 23rd this year is the first day of...
Really?
Yeah, that's what they said.
It's a leap year or something?
Equinox, the...
Whatever.
Autumnal, who knows?
Well, it doesn't feel like the first day of fall.
Yes, and I
we might
today,
look
actually.
like it's the first
Maybe
day
a
of
little
fall.
hot.
I know, I'm starting to sweat.
I know. You're going to... I tell you, taking that
I'm
going to
take mine off before you take yours off. So, welcome, everyone.
What you up to?
Yeah, what are you up to?
It was about a month ago. Well, maybe not quite a month ago, but
was it before?
It was before. It was the end of August before school started. It was just before Labor Day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It feels like forever. How are we going to catch up? We have a lot to share.
I don't know. I'm feeling very overwhelmed.
I am
just
too.
Look at what's on this table here, and it's overwhelming me.
We
the
have
possibilities.
so much to share. I know, it's too much. And you know what the overwhelmingness feeling is? It's like you feel like you have to knit it all, but you certainly can't.
Well, you want to knit it all. You want to.
You want to, but realistically, we can't.
No. So we live vicariously through our customers, right?
Yes. Sorry, my phone's ringing.
Is
you
it
talk.
ringing?
Yeah, I'm just going to message.
Ah.
And I think
I didn't. Speaking of phones, I don't think I put mine on silent.
Well, we can't both do it at the same time.
Well,
you talk.
I can talk and I can multitask.
Okay, so you do yours, and let me just text my daughter and let her know.
So anyway, hopefully everybody is knitting.
Yes.
We're into sweater weather now. I'm trying to say that without a New York accent. Sweater weather. And what are you guys knitting? I don't know. I am trying to finish up 2 projects currently, but...
Sorry, guys.
You back?
I'm back, and I don't edit, so you're just going to get all of this in there.
Watch what you say.
I will.
Anyway, so what are we up to?
What are we up to? Well, I could tell you that, I think the last time we spoke, I was headed to D.C. I had a beautiful time. Right. You started school.
Just before Labor Day, yeah.
Have we really not podcasted since?
Correct, we haven't.
Oh my gosh, it feels like forever.
School starts, or the season begins.
It's like a rat race,
and it's like you're on a treadmill,
Yeah.
And I feel I haven't had as much knitting time, so my knitting is lacking.
Well, the two of us, we don't have FOs this week.
No FOs,
or not this week. This month,
no FOs.
We just no FOs, and that's okay. We can't have an FO.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. We're going to knit on.
Right, exactly.
We're just going to knit on.
Hopefully, eventually we'll have an FO.
We're going to keep
been fighting the urge to cast on. There are things that you want to cast on, tons of things,
yeah.
but we have to finish something first.
Yes. We're going to show some discipline, and we're going to share what we have.
Right.
And we're going to talk about what we're working on.
Correct.
And we're going to talk about what we've been doing.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So, Pam on a whim was like, Dinah, what are you doing Sunday? That Sunday that we went to the New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
I went to New Jersey. Yeah, right.
That was so much fun. Yes. What an impulsive,
Yeah, I saw that it was we'd never been to New Jersey Sheep and Wool. And it was a Sunday when I knew that I was free, and I didn't know what you were doing.
I think I happened to be away that week.
I was out of town that week,
right.
I think, yep. So we hopped in the car at a very early hour.
You picked me up. And
I picked Dinah up. We took our time. We drove leisurely down to, I don't know where, down to, it was Lambertsville, wasn't it? Something like
Near
that?
Near Lambertsville, yeah.
And it wasn't bad. It only took us like 2 hours to get down there.
A little over 2. Something like that.
And we had a great time. It was
ride.
like a small version of maybe a Rhinebeck. A very small version, which was lovely because you could take your time. You didn't feel pressured.
Right. And it wasn't crowded, which was so nice. We had, we were able
there were
to
plenty of people there.
A lot of people, but we were able to talk to vendors.
Yeah.
Catch up with the Chelsea Pearls. We got to see Christina.
That was our first stop, actually.
And Miriam. That was our first stop.
And Miriam Mike was there as well.
Yeah. We brought some treats.
Yes.
And we had some fun. Christina was so nice. She gave us some goodies.
Yeah, she gifted us some goodies.
She gifted us some yarn and a bag, which was just so gracious. And I don't know. I'm loving our community right now.
Yeah, it really is. We've had
a lot
several
of goodness.
instances. We were talking about that recently. Where
A lot of goodness, a lot of sweetness, and we're feeling all the love. I know that I could say a few shout outs. I mean,
but you can't because you're going to forget someone.
I am going to forget people, but people that are sticking out right now.
Okay.
I know you're going to think I'm going to get in trouble.
No, you're not. I'll remind you if I think of someone.
Okay. I've mentioned it. We carry the Pleister bags now, and Donna from Black Mountain was very instrumental in helping me get that account.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge shout out because thank you. It was just very nice that you were able to place.
Dinah's always very sweet, always very pleasant, always shares.
Donna, yeah,
exactly.
very. And so that was one other gracious gesture. And then I could say I picked up the phone and I called Kathy at Knot House.
Yeah.
We have Nikki who made Rambling Woman. She's made it since last year. She still hasn't steeked it. It involves
Caitlin Hunter.
It's a Caitlin Hunter sweater, a beautiful one that actually Kathy had done for last Rhinebeck. And I reached out to her. We wanted to get it steeked, and it requires sewing. And the few people that we approached weren't comfortable doing it. And Kathy was like, send it over.
Really?
I mean, how nice is that?
Right.
Gracious. Another gracious act. Yeah. Very sweet. Mm-hmm. So anyway, just a few shout outs. Thank you so much to everyone. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I try to give love and share as much as I can, knowledge and help. Mm-hmm. And I'm just feeling very happy. So I just wanted to share. There you go. All right. So shall we start?
Yes. Let's get into it.
We
have no FOs, you know that.
That's the first.
We always have whips. But
I know. I started with FOs thinking that we would be hopeful, but we don't have any.
No. I have an almost FO.
Me too.
An almost FO.
Well, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Actually,
okay, you start.
Mine has an interesting story to it because it should have been an FO about 2 weeks ago.
Aha. What are you starting with?
It's not. It's the, I don't know how you say it. Chai.
Chaika?
Chaika. I don't know how you say it.
Who's the designer on that again?
It's Cafe Midori.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I think I showed this on the last podcast. I've made, of course, you see I have a sleeve, and I have a sleeve, and it looks like you'd say it's done, right? But, which sleeve am I on the needle? The one by you. As you can see, you can't see, I realized that I just had the ribbing to do.
Right. What's wrong with it?
I did it on the wrong needle. The whole sleeve I did on the wrong needle size.
It's tighter, smaller?
Mm-hmm. Small. It's supposed to be like this. You can see the difference. You can feel the difference in the
ever so slightly.
Well, I know it's not right. But the funny part is, it's not funny. I knit this sleeve. I did, believe it or not, I'm embarrassed to say this. I knit this sleeve on the wrong needle. I ripped it out.
You reknit it.
I reknit it. Then I got down to about here. And I realized that my decreases were off. They weren't in the right spot.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting decrease.
Ripped it out again, and then on the third time, I did it right. So that was 3 tries on one sleeve. So I come to this sleeve. This is my first time doing it, and I'm getting down to the rib today, and I realized I'm supposed to change needle size, but I never went to the larger needle. So the whole sleeve is knit.
The entire sleeve?
Exactly. It's not the whole sleeve. I did the same thing on that side that I did on this side.
Oh, it is a little tighter.
You can feel it. Yeah.
A little bit.
So I'm going to have knit 5 sleeves on this sweater. And that's if I do
just
it
like
right the next time.
And then after these sleeves, you're going to...
So, just so you can feel my pain. Okay, so then you say, okay, well, that's, this happens. You forget. It's like childbirth. You forget the pain. My next project that I need to get off the needles is Lucy's Jelly Roll sweater. And guess what I'm up to on the Jelly Roll?
The sleeves?
The sleeves. So when I say, okay, let me finish this so I can do something, my next project is more sleeves. I don't think I can take it, Dinah. I don't think I can take it. And Emily's asking me, where's Lucy's sweater? What did you, is Lucy's sweater?
I'm just trailing behind you because my 2 sweaters, I'm almost on Sleeve Island on both of them. And that is
it's going to be hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be sleeve hell.
So but I'm going to cast something on.
Yeah, I think I am definitely going to cast on it.
I can't.
But my question with this is, well, you can't tell, and no one can answer it yet. My other dilemma with this is even though when I finish my sleeve, it may not really be done because I think I may have to take this bind off out and add some length to the sweater.
Well, why don't you slip it on before you decide to
I'm
do
going to
that?
have to block it first. I mean,
a wet block?
No, just
because that might be, yeah.
I'm not going to wet block it yet now.
I would wait until you know the length.
But I think for me to be comfortable with it,
Super cute. Let's stick this in so we can see what it looks like.
Yeah. There we go. Put it out a little bit. But I use the...
so what yarn did you use?
You know what I use. The Kokon.
I know.
I never say it right.
Kokon.
Yep. So worsted, right?
The Aran weight. Yep. Here it is. There you go. So you used one in the indigo print and then one in the speckle. I did go into an extra skein because I already added to the length. So not to say that I didn't make it longer. I did make it longer than she says. And I have long arms. So although her long sleeve version really comes about up to here on me. And even though this is going to be a long sleeve, it's probably going to be worn more like a three-quarter sleeve. Yeah, I don't mind a three-quarter sleeve.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yeah. So in any event, this was a fast sweater. I knit this whole thing probably in a week.
What size needle are you on?
It's 8s and 10s.
That's why. It's an Aran weight. It definitely...
Lovely.
It flew off your needles.
But even though it looks like it's almost done, it's really not. I'm feeling a lot of pain right now.
I'm sorry.
But I just find that to me, when that happens, when I say, okay, I have to reknit the sleeve, then I might have to take out the binder. Then I have another project with sleeves. It just freezes me. It just makes me feel frozen in terms of getting anything done.
Yeah, I hear you. Or like when you need to pull, I have to pull something back in my color work. Remember the other night I noticed?
Yeah. Did you do that yet?
No. And I'm frozen.
Tell them how many stitches you have on that row.
Oh, I don't even know. It's over 400 on the Stonecrop color work, and I have to back out 2 rounds.
Oh, and that's enough. Again, because the next time you pick it up, you need to back out 2 rounds. It makes you crazy.
So I'm just not ready. So that's why I picked up my whip.
Go, Shoals, your whip.
Okay. Well, I'm making...
That's why you need many projects.
Exactly.
You need to be able to go back and forth.
I'm making the Hazelbrook vest. I'm actually going to take it out of the plastic. So
that's a lovely pattern.
I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be a new shop sample. It's a cute little poncho, and it's done in a heavy worsted weight yarn. I'm using Zara.
Here we go. I never remember the name.
I'll tell you.
Zara Plus?
Zara Plus, thank you. It is Zara Plus.
And this goes from age baby to 6 year, which is nice. It's a nice age range.
So it's not done yet.
It looks nice, Dinah. Did you block it?
I gave it a little steam, but I do need to wet. I need to wet block it.
It's sitting much nicer now with the blocking.
I have to sew on the buttons. I need to do 4 inches on the neckband, and
4 inches. Is it it's a
turtleneck?
Well, you don't have to do that, Dinah.
No, but I figured
let me not even do that. I don't know.
Well, I think it'll be cute.
You know what you could do? You could even turn it down and stitch it down if you wanted to.
I kind of like the turnover.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you have options, clearly.
Yep. So I presume this will be an FO for the next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Close, but no cigar.
We have to get Lucy in here to model it.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be nice.
That would be fun. So that's one of my whips.
That's an almost whip.
An almost FO.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Almost FO.
Yes, I'm super excited.
You know, I'm looking at the computer and the screen, and it seems like our movements are off. I noticed that before.
What do you mean our movements?
It looks like it's still. Look at my hand. Forget I said that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Next whip.
My whip?
You're going to make me laugh.
I'm sorry, Dan. It's Saturday.
Your next whip, yes. Work in progress.
Oh, it's the jelly roll. But I haven't done anything on
That's okay.
Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Oh, I think
progress report.
You're going to laugh at what I brought. I didn't bring the right bag. I have it in the back. I brought this one.
Oh, the silk glad. Well, show us that. Did you pick that up again?
Well, I've picked it up to put it in my project bag, but I really haven't worked on it. I love this sweater, but hello. You can see it's been sitting in my bag. It's the Locatelli like a cloud made out of the Shibui silk cloud and
I love it.
What is it? Cima?
Cima and silk cloud.
Cima and silk cloud.
It's
and
beautiful.
You can see where I am. I am only about 2 inches beyond the armhole.
But that's okay. 4 rows a night. You'll get there.
I know. It's lovely. But that's not the whip. As I said, we have
many
many whips. It's not my jelly roll.
So I have to actually add that to your whip collection.
Please, you can add many more probably to my whip
like
collection.
a cloud.
Anyway.
All
but
right.
I have my jelly roll. It's in the back.
Do you want to get it?
Do you have another one?
I do.
You get your... Start talking about your
Okay.
I'll get my one.
So, like I've been saying, it's funny. Did you watch Christy's podcast?
Which one?
How to Get Your Knitting Done?
Yes, I did.
Very cute podcast. If you haven't watched it, it's a really cute one.
Well, you did that on your
project. She talked about different ways to get your knitting done and how to get through your project. So recently, I set a goal for myself, trying to knit 4 rows a day. Now, ever since I went to take Sophie to look at a school, I had to put this down, just because I didn't take it with me. But I did get to I got done before I went away to take her to visit.
What do you mean you got done?
I got done with my whole body, if you can believe that.
Oh my God!
There goes my back. Don't worry about it.
Well, this is becoming difficult to take places.
Yeah, it's not portable.
It's too big.
This is definitely not a portable.
Am I on the front? What's facing?
This is the back.
This is the back.
Yeah.
I like your tension, Diana.
Thank you.
Very nice.
So this is my All of the Lights cardigan by Joji Locatelli.
Go close with the color yarn. That is just gorgeous.
I'm knitting it in Sidewalk Reflections from Asylum Fibers, a custom colorway from last year's Vogue. I'm sure she'll have a new one for this year.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It's beautiful. I love this stitch on the side.
That's going to be the main stitch on the sleeve.
I love that stitch.
So I
what
believe
does she call that, do you know?
She calls it a texture stitch.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun. It shows the color so nicely on the hand-dyed yarn because you have the float.
Yep.
So when you see like a stretch of color, depending on your colorway, it's just a great way to showcase the color.
A customer came in with this, with a problem with it, whatever, and I helped her with this stitch. But it's not a difficult stitch.
No, but a common mistake, like when I go to pick it up in the round, so when you do the stitch, there's a relief row, purl back.
Yeah.
So when you're in the round on the sleeves, you have to knit one round in between. And it's common that, I've seen a lot of people forget to do that.
That you don't change. Yeah. You don't change. Okay.
So you have to be careful when you're doing flat knitting knitting in the round.
Right.
Almost with yours as well. When you go to pick up your sleeves on like a cloud.
On like a cloud, right. You have to realize that you're in the round.
Yes. So you have to add that knit round.
It's beautiful. Love this.
So I am.
So what do you? Yeah. So you've begun your sleeves?
No, not yet. They're still on holders. I need to pick up. So now.
What did you do wrong the other day? What
not on this one. The other one, the Stonecrop.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
So I guess I will officially
You're
be on
Sleeve Island. Have a good trip.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll see you when you get off it.
You know what's terrible? I still have a ways to go on my next one, but my hopping between sweaters will be one sleeve sweater, like Sleeve Island to another.
We've talked about that before.
That's a drag.
Sometimes when you go between, and it's funny you say that because this morning when I realized that I did that sleeve on the wrong needle, I looked in the bag with the jelly roll, and I said, you know what I should do? Now, this is silly. I should be knitting 4, even if I did, and this is nothing, it's 54 stitches on the sleeve. If I knit 4 rounds a day.
4 is the magic number.
I would have, and I thought to myself, well, maybe it should be 6 because, it's a thinner gauge yarn. So maybe if I did maybe 6 or 7, it's 54 stitches. How long could that take? Nothing.
It's not
if
long.
I did that every night, by the end of the week, my sleeve would be done.
But what have you been doing?
Nothing. Nothing. So I had that thought this morning. So I pulled it out after I realized that my sleeve was screwed up. I pulled out the jelly roll and I knit like 3 rounds on the sleeve.
I had such great expectations driving down to Boston. How long does that? On the way there, I knit a little bit, but I was
you
working.
You were knitting on the Stonecrop,
right? As the sun was going down.
That's color work,
but not even that. I started a new skein, and you know what?
It's getting darker.
But that clump came out of the center of the ball.
Oh.
And I'm untangling, and it was just so frustrating because I just wanted to knit.
Your color is the navy. It's a dark color to begin with, too. But
my eyes are going.
Anyway, this is the jelly roll. I have made progress since you last saw it. So I got to speak without that music accent.
No, everyone likes it.
Since you last saw this piece, I finished the body.
Super cute.
Let's go close on the color. That
super
hot sock
cute. This is hot sock from
Skein Cocaine. It's just lovely. It's really not even coming up as pretty as it is. And this is the bottom. Now, what I did on the bottom, I changed it up. They had a...
you deviated from the pattern?
They did. They had a twisted rib. And I didn't like the way it looked.
Oh, I love what you did.
So I went back to this 1x1 color work that was up on the top.
I like that.
But I haven't steamed it. I did steam one section of it, and it did stop rolling. It did stop rolling, but I don't think it stopped rolling enough.
I'm sure Wet Block will take care of that.
But what Emily was saying, she said, why don't you pick up under it and do a pink roll?
Oh, to make it like the bottom. That's super cute.
So I think I am going to have to end up doing
this. Is
that.
like the sweater that never ends.
Yeah,
it just
is.
keeps on
again,
giving.
Again, once the sleeves are done, they're really not done. Just keeps on giving and giving. But as you can see, I'm on.
It's so cute.
I've got about an inch done on a sleeve.
Awesome. So put a progress creeper and then count the rows.
The progress keeper is important. I must get. You could use anything. You could use any marker, but it's nice when you have this pretty one.
Yeah. But I feel like that's just such a motivator.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, a progress keeper is a removable marker.
Right. And
especially when you're doing work in the rounds, you could put a little marker in your work, and then as you knit, you know what you've accomplished in that sitting. That
always
that day,
makes me feel better.
I find it a huge motivator.
I told Emily. You told Emily. We both told her.
She's making.
Because she was complaining about. She's knitting the boxing, which is a ton of knitting, and she was complaining about. Oh, I feel it's never growing, and I said, "Well, put a progress keeper." And
right,
she said, "Well,
you really
told
don't
me the same thing."
Right, because when you have like 400 stitches on a round, you really don't see your progress.
Right.
But when you see you've done 4 rounds, and she's commuting, she can easily
400 stitches.
It makes a difference.
Right. I don't think she's gotten to the point yet where she's a knitting commuter. But
now she's listening
to
podcasts and things like that.
And she does enough traveling. I don't know when she goes on those flights. What does she do the whole time?
I don't know.
What does she? I mean, to me, it would be like knit.
Wasted knitting time.
Exactly.
Wasted knitting time.
Anyway, so those are my. I mean, although as you can tell, there are always FOs.
Yes. Well, I think that's all we have. Oh no, I have my Stonecrop.
So show do you guys want to say? Yeah, show
so
the
I
progress.
think last time I don't know if I divided for the sleeves.
No, I don't think you had. You were on the top, I think, the last two.
So I'm using...
Because remember when we went to New Jersey Sheep and Wool, you told me you thought you weren't divided yet. You thought that it was too wide. And you hadn't separated for the sleeves yet.
Oh, so I guess I've been pretty busy.
Yeah, you have. Let's look up.
So this is my Stonecrop. It's dark, you guys. So you're not
This is the one that's going to be steeped, right?
Yes. Actually, we turn it around.
Okay.
So I'm loving these stitch holders.
Aren't they great?
Clover.
That's what I have, the jelly
These
roll
are
on.
fabulous.
Look at her steek in the front.
Yeah, so these are my steek stitches.
And this is a very deep navy that Dinah's knitting with. It almost looks like it's a gray or a black, but
it's funny, on the screen you really do see the pattern work.
You do, I'm telling you, you do. Have you gotten to...
And actually at this point right now, if you don't move, they might be able to see there's different shading in the Spincycle yarns. Now, when you had it before, you kind of saw the shading. It's a little washed out. So I'm using Neverworry, and I'm using Rauma, Finull from Rauma. It's a non-superwash wool, and this way I'll be able to do the steek without sewing it, and those are my steek stitches right there. So I'm about, how many inches would you say?
Under the armhole?
Yeah.
Where's the armhole?
Right here.
Looks like you're about 3 inches.
Yeah, I'm about 3 inches.
How many do you have to do?
I think 7.5.
So
before the ribbon.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have the ribbon.
Ribbon
Listen, it's not a race. It's not a race. You got to enjoy your process.
So I really wanted
a great
navy sweater.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with this, but I have to rip back 2 rounds. Not happy about that.
What are you going to do?
We're full of mistakes lately.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect.
We embrace our imperfections.
Right? I do. Yeah. I definitely do. And I'd rather it look right, be right.
Well, I was thinking as I was coming here today with this whole sleeve dilemma, I was thinking, you knit the whole pattern. You follow the directions. You do the short rows. You do everything. You read the directions. And I do the wrong needle size. I mean, hello?
I wonder what happened. Were you just jumping to the ribbing?
Twice.
I don't know. It's okay.
Don't know.
You love the sweater that much.
You know what it was? You know what it was? I did the ribbing on the 8th when I ended the body, and then I went to the sleeve, and I never changed the needles. I had the interchangeable side.
Oh, that's what it was.
And I never
so you just kept going. So there's a method to your madness. It's not like you picked up the wrong needle. You just...
But it's just not being... I guess it's not being thorough enough. It's not being, mindful when you're doing it. I could see.
So. That's not so out of the ordinary. Yeah. Cut yourself some slack. So, All right, we're up to, should we start with what's new?
Yeah, you start that one because it's just, I'm overwhelmed right now.
Okay. So we have a new trunk show in the house. I'm wearing Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoal.
Yep. So this is a very pretty capelet by Amy Opie Designs. Opie Designs. I will show you her label if you're not familiar with it, and I hope this isn't coming up backwards.
That's good.
I will write it down. She's got beautiful designs, beautiful patterns. She's using Big Bad Wool, Weepaca, for her whole collection that we're going to show you. She's got a lot of other designs, and this is just a sampling of what came in the shop.
Right, right.
So we're super excited because this year she has a very colorful palette, and I don't know, with all the color work that's been going on,
it looks
fabulous.
It's
just very fresh. The palettes are bright, fun. So do you want to start showing some of the hats?
Sure.
So this hat is called Opelika.
Is that what this is called?
Yes, they're the same, just two different palettes. I'm not going to put it on. Since my hair is short, I can't wear hats.
We didn't wear the poms.
They're in the box. I'll show them. Yeah. So she's using all different colors. It is very pretty. It matches what you're wearing.
It does. Yeah.
You're so coordinated, Pam. So this is Opelika. I think she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors in this hat. This is the Weepaca. Let's see if I can get. I don't know why it's coming up so.
The light is right above it. I think
it's
washing it over.
It's washing it out. So I'm sorry, guys. But the colors are super bright. Maybe we'll just hold them up.
It's very pretty ones. Look at these.
A sampling. There's a huge selection of color.
Right.
I think I got one bag of every color, exactly. And it takes a skein, so it's not crazy. Fun with the color work.
I love this pattern.
Love it. It reminds me of like a chain stitch, almost like a fence or a link. Very pretty.
And this is also a good way for someone to do color work because
an introduction.
Because it's not a huge piece; it's just a hat,
right?
So it's not crazy.
I love her detail on the hat.
Yeah,
she does the turn down rim, so that's also very pretty. Well done, and she's so great with color coordinating her pom poms. So this hat is called Florence.
I like the name of it.
And these are actually both the same hat.
Look at that. Demonstrate. It's the same swirl that's kind of on yours, right?
Yeah, on the capelet. I love it.
I love
it.
It
almost
hat.
looks
I'm
like a chain
one of these hats.
This is gorgeous.
I'm making one. Let's go on my needles.
I love this palette on this one with the lavender.
Yes.
Absolutely love it.
That's
the little pale green, the pink, the gray. Super cute.
And what she told us, which is a really nice detail, you see how this has the turn cuff.
You see it more, yeah.
She told us the reason this happened this way was because she ran out of the green.
Right. So she brought in the other color, but it turned out to be like a liner, like
correct.
A piping.
So how pretty is that? So she didn't have to get another skein of the mint color. She
which is brilliant.
And I love her combination of colors too.
She's got a great eye for color.
She's got a great eye for color. So.
And last but not least, do you want to put that on?
Yeah, sure. This is another good color work project, right? For someone who hasn't done color work?
Yes.
It's called the Waverly. It's an in the round cowl. Short, so it's double, as you can see.
Sorry, guys.
What are you doing?
I'm opening up the palms.
Oh, the palms.
Yeah, so these are some of the palms that came from the company. Super cute, super pretty, and they match really nicely. With the hats. Yes. You know what it is? I don't want to open the plastic.
That's okay. It's nice. It wrinkles. It crinkles.
Sorry for the crinkling, guys.
Because these are lovely colors. These are more of your, your pinks, your beiges. Oh, look at that color. That's a great color. Ooh. Look at this one, guys. This is almost like a rose gold color, right?
Yes, very pretty.
It's like a gray, the pink. Here's a blue. Look at that. Lovely. Yep. Pretty.
And last but not least
is
the bright.
We have more than one bright. Oh. Look at that, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we've got lots of palms to put on your hat.
Yeah. Look at this one. If you did this one.
So you could really create your own. Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
It's like fabulous.
Yeah.
You can curate your own color palette. And she's got charts on how to do it.
As Vanessa would say, it's faboosh.
Faboosh.
I said to her, did you make up that word?
She did.
She did.
She's so cute.
Anyway, I'm taking this off now because I'm hot.
Okay. You have permission.
That's okay.
You have permission.
But anyway, these samples will be here for a period of time, right?
Yes,
I don't know how long.
Not for too long. The trunk shows usually last for about a week or two. Mm-hmm. I know that we still have the Blue Sky trunk show in-house, but it has to go out this week.
This week, yeah.
It was very popular. A lot of people enjoyed those samples.
Yes, for sure.
All righty then.
I have to get this wristband. I like this.
It's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So we've talked about this, right?
Yep. All right, moving on to next.
There's just so much.
There really is. So we have a new yarn in the shop. It's called Sultano. It's by Rowan.
Oh, yeah.
We have it in
I didn't see all those
colors. If you want to hold that up. Mm-hmm. It's a luxurious yarn. I have to put my glasses on so I can read the label. Yeah, I can. So it's made with silk.
You definitely see the silk in
54% silk. So yeah, you could see the sheen, which is
very soft.
Divine. 28% mohair.
Mm.
And 18% cashmere.
Oh,
woo. Decadent. Decadent.
How many yards are in the
mohair, and cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
So the skein has, let's see what it has.
It says 50 grams.
Yeah, I don't see the yardage though, but it should say it. It's got, that can't be right, 246 yards?
Yes, it
does.
That
can't be right.
It is. Mm-hmm.
So 246 yards.
On a 23 stitches on a US 7.
Very nice.
Oh.
Great for hats. I'm not going to lie, it's a bit pricey, but it's a luxurious yarn.
Is it really?
The accessories don't take too many skeins.
A hat can only
do
one skein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless I think one of them might happen to be, look at that gorgeous sweater. Wait, I'm like not showing you. So, how am I going to do this?
Open it up page by page.
It's kind of hard to.
It's going to look the screens. What
this is a scarf with 2 palms at the bottom.
Mm.
That's like our point to
point. We certainly have enough palms.
Yes, that's like our point to point. It's a beautiful cardigan.
Look at that cardigan.
Which is stunning.
Mm.
Can't imagine how many skeins that one takes.
Well, but there's a lot of yardage.
Sweater.
Yeah.
And it's, you know what, it's easier for me to
see the hat.
Yeah, the hats are really cute. There's a cowl. I believe that's a 1 skein cowl.
Mm. Looks like it would be, huh?
The booklet is inexpensive. Here is a series of hats. I believe they're all the same hat, just in different colors, the 4 colorways.
And the 4 colors cute. Are cream, navy.
That pearl gray and the plum.
Yeah, the pearl gray on screen almost looks like a light blue, but blue gray.
This is the stockinette hat. The other one had somewhat of a rib going throughout the whole.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, no, that's it. Actually, no, that's the same hat. And then she's wearing that scarf. This is the scarf with the palms.
That's the one with the palms?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. I wonder how many skeins that takes. Look it up,
I will look that up for you.
It's got to be, I'd say 2 skeins.
That's the Grace wrap.
That's lovely, too.
Very pretty collection. Not too many colors, but
Sultano.
Sultano fine.
Sultano fine.
Yes. So the hat will take 1 skein.
Mm.
The scarf takes 3.
It does take 3.
Yep. The cowl takes 1.
That's lovely. So
the Grace wrap takes 3.
That's not bad.
And the pullover and the cardigans are going to range between 5 and 7, depending on sizing.
That's still not bad. When you say it's expensive, what is it? I mean,
don't want to
arrange.
You know what? I don't know by heart.
Okay.
So I don't want to say.
Now you got me curious.
Yeah, well, I could look it up.
Got me curious. You've piqued my interest.
Okay, I will look it up while you talk about the next. How's that?
What's the next?
Pleister bags.
Oh, pleister. Well, who doesn't know a pleister bag, right?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the mannequin, first of all, let's start with this one. The mannequin in the back is wearing the crossbody. And this is the crossbody. How pretty is that? It's got a nice deep bottom. If you look at it. It's got a great zipper in the front. Nice pocketed zipper in the front. And I'm noticing inside it's got the 2 deep pockets, and one of them has the, I'm going to try to show this, the grommets in the inside. So you can feed your yarn. There are pockets here. There's 1, 2, but then there's this pocketed grommet. No, grommeted pocket. You can put your yarn in and feed it through. So you could be knitting, you can have a crossbody, and you can be knitting.
$54 a skein.
54 a skein. That's not bad. I mean, you've got cashmere. How much cashmere was it? 20? You said 20, I think.
I think it was 18% cashmere.
Same thing.
So it's predominantly silk.
Silk, cashmere, and what was the other one?
Mohair.
Mohair. That's lovely.
I mean, it's a luxurious yarn. So, that's it. Now you know.
Anyway, so that was the crossbody that we got in. And then, did we put a project in?
Yes, we did.
Let me hand you the backpack. How's that sound?
Okay.
Here's the backpack.
So this is the backpack.
Here's the insert.
I'm sure you've seen it all over Instagram. A lot of shops are carrying them now. Very large backpack. Super comfortable. It's got an outer pocket. And every backpack comes with a project bag.
This is just
so you're kind of getting 2 for the price of 1. Well made. Has these, it's really deep. It has a divider compartment inside. Again, it has the pockets with the grommets, and it looks like it has compartments for needles or crochet hooks.
And Dinah posted on her Instagram last week one of our customers walking
Kathy
out
is
the
so
door
cute.
with wearing this, and she had her little project bags.
But she
out.
she had tons. I mean, she's very smart because she does have a different project bag for every project.
Correct. She doesn't just throw it into one bag.
Yes, keeps her stuff very organized. So I think she had a zigzag stitches. She had an Attenti project bag. She had a project in her Leister project bag.
She did.
And everything was in the backpack. It was very cute.
So that's, these have been very popular, of course.
So these are in. We're happy to have this collection.
And then these are a few colorways in the project bag, which I'm just going to open.
So this project bag is different than the one that's in the backpack. Correct. This one has a little wristlet, a leather wristlet.
And again, look at the depth. I don't know if you can tell the bottom.
The gusset. We turn it maybe sideways.
Yep. You can see that. Yep.
I mean, you could compare it to the palm of my hand.
But the thing about these bags is the inside.
They're fabulous.
It's got the grommets.
Right, so for color work.
Put your color work in there.
And she's got pockets for, gadgets, cell phone.
Yeah, so you can separate things. Everything's not getting mixed with your yarn, your project yarn.
Doesn't get tangled.
And these are just a few of the colorways. I showed you the...
I think with everything, you might see all of them.
Yep.
We might be out of a couple of colors in certain bags.
Correct.
Because some colors were a little more popular than others.
There's also the needle case that came in. We didn't pull the needle case.
Yeah, we don't have too many left.
Should I not get
them? You can get one.
One.
So we have the small circular needle case. I feel like we showed this already, but we couldn't have, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
they came in there.
Maybe we showed. Yeah, maybe we showed them in the unboxing. So I'm getting confused.
This is in the khaki colorway.
So it's like an expanding folder, and you can put your tips. So they're great for interchangeables. You can put your tips actually right in here in the little slits, and then you put the circulars in between. Correct. And it's just well made.
Very well made,
yeah. And a lot of people, I like what they're doing. They're not getting matchy-matchy. They get coordinating colors, so it's nice. You don't have to get everything all in the same color.
Match, exactly. Well, that's lovely. All right. So that's a new project there.
That's Pleister. I dropped my pen. What's next?
Go down the list.
We have Rayon Metallic.
New colors.
In Rayon Metallic. So, some of you know that I had made the Shelley Summer Top from Getty Pearly with it. My colorway, which was the old gold, that sold out right away. So we are restocked in that. So we wanted to share with you what that color looks like in the skein. And then Demian from Blue Heron created 2 new colorways. Early Meadow, which is so beautiful. It is so autumnal, and it's like for the perfect time of year, How gorgeous is that?
That's gorgeous.
Caramel, orange.
What's it called?
Early Meadow.
Early Meadow. Okay.
Love it.
This is your color.
That's the old gold. I could show you that. So pretty with the sparkle. It's got the gold filament. Yeah. And it really just glistens.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle.
Yep.
Very subtle.
We have so many that came into finishing.
We're going to have like,
you know, you're the Shane train?
Yeah,
we're going to have the Shelley Top train.
Exactly. Look at that. We were saying when we unboxed this the other day, it almost looks like a Starry Night.
Starry Night.
Right?
So pretty. That one's called Blue Violet.
Nice.
And this is one of his new colorways.
Love that one too.
Corn.
Oh, love it.
So, very pretty.
Very pretty. And the nice thing about this is going forward in the fall, some customers were saying it has a little sparkle, so it's a little dressy.
Yeah.
If they were going to an event or a holiday party, if you get the red one, that beautiful red shade.
I think Rita wants to make that Spanish dancer, I think it was called. Yeah, gorgeous colorway.
So that's just an update on some
rare metallic.
Yeah, new colors that came in for the Shelley Summer Top.
Okay.
Next,
we have Wilmette Bear.
Okay. That would be.
It's actually buried. How about we do?
You want to do this first?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I will show some of the colorways. I printed the picture.
It's in the back?
Yes. Is that the Magnolia sweater?
Well, tell them about Magnolia.
So the Magnolia sweater is a really pretty cardigan. La Bien-Aimée, I think, put that out recently. She had done it in her yellow. Is it Yellow Brick Road?
Yes, I believe so.
Beautiful, beautiful cardigan. You should look it up on Ravelry. We're getting the sheet actually to show you, and we just made some pairings with new yarn that came in. So we have gorgeous new colors in Madeline Tosh DK, and we've paired it with some Lang Luxe Lame.
Oh, that's good. Now that's not coming as bright as, it's coming out more blue-green, right?
Yeah, but it's really an emerald green. So the screen is actually playing with color right now. We're not getting a true colorway, but this here is the sweater. Do you have,
there's nothing else behind it.
Sophie's paper.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Sophie asked me to print a paper for her. So this is the Magnolia sweater. Magnolia chunky cardigan.
How pretty is that?
One strand of DK with one strand of
mohair. I would like to make that.
It's lovely.
I think I can make that.
So we wanted to just share some pairings because we have so many new mohairs in stock right now.
Let's go with this one next since it's on top.
This one is a gorgeous colorway. This one is Rios with the pairing of the lame.
Look at that.
It's like a color. Really, gorgeous. It's like a cross between orange and melon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Love it.
So pretty.
Love it. This here, I'll hand this to you. This is Smoky Orchid
in the Madeline Tosh, and it's got a beautiful colorway in the Lang Luxe Lame. So I know this looks concentrated when we show you the Lang Luxe Lame. It's just one single fiber that's getting paired.
Yep.
So you might see concentration and color, and if it looks off on the screen, it really is a perfect halo to the yarn that we're actually pairing it with.
Correct.
And some people like the contrast. Some people like it to just blend perfectly.
Right.
This one here is Silver Fox with the pearl gray. That's a gorgeous colorway.
Whole grain with, it's almost, what would you say this color is? It's
like a mauve, dusty mauve.
Beautiful.
So gorgeous.
That's another way.
Yeah.
It's another one. We do that one. I saw another one here.
This one is called Favorite Pair, like denim. And then it's got a beautiful
some
pairing with the blue mohair, also from Lang.
This is that great color from Rios called Frank Ochre with another. Look at that color. That's great.
Now, certainly, if you don't like the lame, which is the metallic, the filament that's going through, you can always use Silk Cloud.
This is Wino Forever from Madeline Tosh with
great name.
Imperial from Shibui, Silk Cloud.
Yep. So that's a great pairing.
And I think there's one or two more. Is this it?
Yep.
This was it.
This one I think is Ceremony, and that one is paired with Dusk.
I thought we paired this with, I guess we didn't.
No.
That's gorgeous.
So, some project ideas and inspiration. The Magnolia Chunky. Yeah, that's a gorgeous one.
Definitely.
So we have really good sweater ideas for you if you're interested. So that's definitely one of them. I wish I would have printed Sunday sweater. So we're about to show you Sunday sweater.
I can put it on my phone.
Okay.
Do that.
So we have a new collection from Wilmette Verve. It's comes in from Europe, and she's done some hand-dyed yarns. She's actually the indie dyer for Kokon, which is the yarn that Pam is using to knit her Chaika sweater. And we have been restocked in the Kokon yarn, so if you're interested in that. We also have a really pretty sweater back here, thanks to Nikki.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. I'm going to take the crossbodies off for a moment so you can see what we have here. This is Hohi Locatelli's V-neck sweater, done in her fingering weight from Kokon. It's got a beautiful roll neck edge. It's got the detail on the shoulder, and again, also looking like a starry night. It's like twinkle, twinkle,
right.
you know?
And it's interesting. So this is just the sister yarn to the yarn I knit my piece in.
Correct.
Which is lovely.
Yeah. Really
It
nice.
also comes in, just to show it here, the light speckled as well, which is, there you go. That's
very pretty. Yeah. And if you like the light, that's what it knits up like. This is the Nell tunic.
Yeah, several people are doing that.
Yeah, it's called Nell, actually, and you can find that pattern on Ravelry. It's by Eri
Shimizu.
Thank you. I didn't want to butcher the name.
I'll butcher it. There you go.
Okay.
That's lovely.
So that's that. Sorry, Pam.
That's okay.
So let's start with some color combinations for Sunday sweater.
Okay, you tell me what you want.
Any two.
Okay, here we go. Let me get these off the top.
So basically it's taking it requires a chunky weight yarn. That's the gauge actually for the sweater.
I think it's 12 stitches.
12 stitches. Yeah. And Pam and I were looking at some project ideas, and we noticed that some of the sweaters were actually knit to a legitimate 12 stitch to the inch. 12 stitches, to 4 inches. Correct. Which is a true bulky weight. Now, that is a lovely weight if you're looking for a bulky sweater, but I think the ones that appealed to both of us were ones that had a little more drape.
Correct, right.
So in other words, you're knitting to the right gauge,
but you're using a thinner yarn a thinner yarn to get to that point.
Correct. It's not an opaque gauge where it's solid. Right. It's got more. See how this fabric moves?
A drape and a
right.
What to it?
Those were the fabrics. Like you can actually see the drape. For example, in this Magnolia chunky sweater, you can see that here with the fabric layering. That's movement. So we're pairing yarns that will give you that kind of drape. So one combination is from Walnut Fair. This is the DK. Now she doesn't have color names on these; they're just numbers. But she certainly matched the Surrey mohair to coordinate with it.
Some lovely combos.
So it's one of each. It's not a big cardigan. You can do the pullover or the Sunday cardigan. There's Sunday pullover from Petite Knit.
How pretty is that one?
And the Sunday cardigan.
That's lovely.
So that's pretty. Look at that. Oh my God, for all you aqua lovers. Gorgeous.
And then this is for all the neutral lovers. Look at that.
That's got like a dusty lavender.
Like a dusty lavender. It's very hard to get all the
shading in.
But that's a lovely one, right? And for all the pink lovers out there, look at this one.
Why are you looking at me, Pam?
Well,
I think I like the dusty mauve.
Yeah, that's what I said when you unboxed it.
Yeah.
Yes,
But also very pretty.
And this is lovely. This is a great color. It's got
beiges,
beiges, golds, blues. Anyway, it's just lovely.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that is Walnut Bear.
Beautiful.
It is her DK weight and her hand-dyed Surrey.
And now I'm going to tell you, what are we doing with, what were we talking about this?
That's another DK weight. So Walnut Verve dyes the yarn for Kokon. She has her own collection that's done in the same speckled method, and she does it on a different base, however.
DK base.
It's a DK base.
So you could do any combo with this. You could make the Sunday with this if you paired it with
a matching
mohair.
Just you can just
would be more of a solid look.
You can do the worsted boxy.
Oh, you could do anything with it.
Yeah. So we'll just show you some of these. So you can see the tie-dyed flex, and these like white void spaces will kind of knit up just like that, or like what they did in Pam's sweater.
Right.
Here's the hot pink.
Black. Can you see? Let me just turn it around so you can see some of those.
There.
Yeah. This is the gray. And this great color
is the pumpkin
orange.
Look
at that. This is a pumpkin latte.
Yes, I love it. It's pumpkin spice
latte.
Look
at those colors. Ooh.
Love. Great. So we love our collection.
Yes, loving that.
So this is all from Walnut Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have been restocked.
I've got to fix myself.
In 3 Irish Girls.
Yes.
Which is what Pam used to knit her foxtrot.
Which is, again, this is the foxtrot, just to give you a view of it. Foxtrot. And this you is that a new color?
No, that's a new color.
That's a new color. This is the restock, right?
So this is Springvale worsted in Zydeco. This one, this is Controversy. This is a restock for us.
I love the name on this one. Greige is the new black.
Love that.
This one is Coal Miner's Daughter. You got that?
Yeah.
Love this one. This one is Mr. Snow. It just has flecks of color. And I love this one too. We love this one. Cactus Bloom. Very subtle. Little hints of green, gold.
A soft colorway, very pretty.
Very soft, lovely, lovely.
So these are all great for the foxtrot or any worsted weight sweater.
Yeah.
Again,
there are so many. What was the sweater you said you wanted to make? Wasn't it worsted weight?
Which one?
Not the river one?
No, River Bend is chunky.
Just the one that I liked, Riverside. That was made with, that was also worsted. That was made with.
Great for the flax sweater.
The flax sweater, yeah.
From Tin Can
about that.
Yeah. There's so many great project ideas, and what we tried to do this season is bring you nice hand-dyed yarns in different bases. So you notice we have a worsted weight.
Right.
We have DK weight. We have fingering weight.
And we didn't show this. We showed the last podcast was the Emma's yarns.
Right, that was in the fingering.
Fingering weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have some Aran weight, which was the Kokon Yarn. So we're trying to give you a variety of bases in different...
That you can blend and you can mix, right?
Yeah. And, we have hand-dyed mohair, and we have a new yarn here that we're going to show you from Rauma. It's an alpaca. Yarn. It's absolutely great for pairing. So we'll show you this one. And we noticed that a lot of sweaters this season are paired with mohairs. So you'll see a lot of texture, a lot of a lot of hair, whether it's alpaca, whether it's suri, whether it's mohair. They're showing a lot of halo.
Look at these colors.
So this is the new collection that we have here. It's a lovely alpaca.
It's a blend, right?
It's a blend. I don't have my glasses on, so you'd have
it's
to
48 baby alpaca. What did Emily say wool was? It's
linen.
44 wool and 8 linen, 8% linen. Yeah. And you can see it, I think, on the gray, the beige,
the navy. Yeah. So you see it's funny how some of the dyes, on some of the colorways, you see the linen, the core, a little differently. It kind of separates from the base of the color.
You don't see it as much on. It almost looks like they used a darker linen on that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why the dye took to that. Yeah. But it's super soft. It's, some people complain about alpaca being a little toothy from the guard hairs, but this is very soft. Yeah, so you won't get that feeling.
You sampled this out at the show, yeah.
Yeah. And we thought about doing it for the Cumulus sweater.
Yes, the Cumulus sweater.
They do have a book that supports this yarn, but we haven't received that in yet, so we're looking forward to getting that publication.
There were some great sweaters in there as well. And they say that this is 16 to 18 stitches to 4 inches.
Okay. So if you're also looking for solid in your Magnolia
or your Sunday
sweater, this is a wonderful option if you didn't want to do silk mohair and you wanted an alpaca option.
And don't also forget, we haven't mentioned Love Note too. A lot of these yarns can be used for those patterns, which is another very popular pattern right now. Right. Or you may have another pattern. You may know a pattern that we don't know about.
Right. And you can
let us share.
Share. We love to share. Right. Share your inspirations.
This is a great color. It's a great yarn.
So for those of you who don't know, the Cumulus is actually right here. Iris just finished it. She brought it in for finishing, and we just did the I-cord bind-offs for her and blocked it, did her ends.
And she used a fingering with a...
She did the... she had purchased the La Bien-Aimée at our trunk show that we had here back at the Crawl. And then she purchased Silk Cloud. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely sweater.
Right.
V-neck, top down.
Yeah.
Basic, but it's a great way to use 2 different yarns.
Right. And to blend.
Yeah. What do you have in your hand?
This was just a fun piece that was knit. I don't know what it's called, Dinah. I think it was
the chevron scarf. She has
Knit
a chevron
Collage.
wrap. Yeah.
Yeah, it was from Knit Collage, and what this gal did is she used up her one of the minis that she had.
A mini sampler kit from Knit Collage.
But she added to it. She did add. I think she had
She'd made cowls.
Yeah,
and
she
some
had
of the
some
other
yarns
fibers.
left over, and she added to it, so she made it a little bit longer.
So it's
But
kind of
again,
like
it's
a scrappy chevron scarf.
Yeah. You can do that too if you have.
With all Knit Collage.
Yep. I mean, you could just get the
yarns.
kit, and if you had anything left over from a project, you could.
Well, you can also do one spun cloud.
Yeah.
And intersperse a kit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
So it's a lovely way to play with the yarns.
Mm-hmm.
We are expecting a nice delivery on the mini sampler kits.
Cool.
And that's Brett's. She brought that in for blocking and ends as well.
Right.
All right.
We're fortunate enough to still have it in short.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of which, Knit Collage is hosting, I mean, there's so many knit-alongs that are going on right now.
I know.
So I know we mentioned we wanted to do the Sunday cardigan as a knit-along.
Correct.
So if you are interested, you're welcome to, give us a call. We have so many new yarns that we can pick to cast on. I'm like looking, this would be a great combination.
Cool. Look
Just
at that.
sitting here. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how the possibilities are endless. But Sunday cardigan is one that we may start in October.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that. I know that Knit Collage is starting her knit-along. I participated in that last year, and I will do it again. It's going to be the middle of October.
I think the 12th.
The 12th is what they said.
I think they're shooting to have the kits in hand by the 10th, and then starting on the 12th.
Yes.
Something like that.
So you have 2 options. You can certainly go, you can wait for Amy's curated kit collections, or you can come in and pick out your own. She's got lovely selection of yarn and color. She's got 4 different designs. Again, I know that there's the pixelated sweater, there's the Saturday pullover sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a shawl,
Yeah, I think
and I'm not sure of the 4th, but if you go to her Instagram or Instagram page, you'll see all the coverage. Right. And if you're not familiar with Vanessa, she's Van Ray Knits.
Van Ray Knits.
On Instagram, she's now collaborating and working with Amy at Knit Collage. So she's been doing a lot of publicity, and she is a fabulous asset to Knit Collage. So you can also follow her Instagram page and find out what's going on
going on
with
Knit
Knit Collage firsthand.
Or Amy as well.
Of course. Yeah. The source is Amy at Knit Collage. But sometimes you get different perspectives, which is really nice. And we're looking forward to publicizing that kit as well and hosting that knit-along. And, we might even host a knit night for that as well.
That might be fun.
Yeah. Last year I kind of missed it. I think I was just coming back from Israel.
Time and everything too,
so I missed the boat. But hopefully this year we'll get on track with that. And what else?
Too much to do. Not enough
time.
hands, not enough time.
There you go.
We do the best that we can, right?
We do the best we can. So I feel like there are more. I know Stephen West is doing his knit-along.
That's starting soon, too. That starts around the same time, I think.
Right.
October
They're
10th.
all, So if you're into knitting West Knit shawls, come in and pick that up. I think it takes 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn.
4 skeins of fingering.
And what is Hohi doing? Is she just doing a knit-along?
She was doing something.
Anything?
Yeah, she was. That's already been going on, though. I don't think it started September 1st.
Oh, was it September?
I think so.
I think October.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a lot of knitting going on. Some people,
and that's what we always say. You can join a knit along, and if you don't finish it in the specified time, it doesn't make a difference.
No. It's funny. We did the knit along with. I'm really proud of Lee. We were doing the knit along for all of the lights, and we started August 1st. And I think we were 2 weeks in, and somebody came in. Lee, this is a shout out to you. You joined in a little bit later than everybody else, and you were reluctant because you thought you had to keep pace.
Is she up to where you are now?
She surpassed me.
Oh, jeez.
She is on the sleeves, and she's doing great. And it's all good. Everyone knits at their own pace.
Exactly.
There is no pressure.
Enjoy the process.
Exactly. We might set markers for people to get, to hit mile markers just to feel like you're making progress. Correct. But it doesn't mean that you have to stay on that note
stay
or
on that
marker or whatever
exactly.
goal. Anyway, it's all good. So just knit at your own pace. Don't feel the pressure and have fun.
Enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah. We got some publications in. I think that's like our last topic.
Oh, that's right. We did.
Yep.
You didn't show this. Were you going to show this with
I
the
was going
Weepaca?
to. You could show it. I forgot. Sorry.
Do you have a skein of Weepaca?
I do.
We showed you this for the hats before, but this is called, en point layette. And I guess it has, I'll show it to you in just a second. It has a headband, it has a hat, it has these booties. But look at those booties. If you do nothing other than just those booties, look at that.
I was at, the reason I know about this pattern, actually, is I was at a baby shower, Gemma Darling's baby shower.
Oh, nice.
And Creative Cece was making this as a baby gift for now baby Sammy.
And what was she making?
She was making the headband, and she was going to make the booties, and I just fell in love with the pattern. I thought it was adorable, so I had to order it for the shop.
I'm looking at this. It says that this
so
is
it takes
a wrap.
Weepaca, and I don't think it takes that much of it. I'm not sure if you're doing the whole ensemble.
Well, it says the booty is it newborn or 6 month size, and it says it doesn't say how much it uses, but it cannot use that much.
They're showing one skein.
Yeah. I mean, it says the.
Oh, actually, I'm mistaken. It's calling for Weepaca. This is actually Weepaca. I think they may have discontinued the Weepaca, which is a fingering weight yarn. So any fingering weight yarn would do it.
175 yards, correct. So you probably could make 2 pair of booties out of one skein, right?
Yeah. They're calling for size 2 needles. So
Right.
Holding 1 strand of Weepaca and 2 strands of Weepaca. So the hat.
For the headband.
Yeah, it's just different gauges for different projects.
But how adorable is that booty?
Super cute.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Very cute.
Loved
Had to
it.
show that.
Yes.
And now you have your publications.
Okay. So I showed you the Rowan book. We have the new Palm magazine.
Which is always popular.
Yes. So that's brand new. We have Strange Brew from Tin Can Knits.
Loving some Strange Brew.
Yes. All her colorwork patterns.
Okay.
We have Fall Vogue 2019. Beautiful collection of sweaters and garments and notions. They tell you what's new and hot. We have those.
What is it?
We have these bags. Actually, we don't have the bags. We have the Cocoa Knits Storage Keeper. These are on order. And we have project bags, not just like that. Oh, look at that cage. I don't know what that is, but that's fabulous.
That's cute.
All right. We don't have everything, but we have some.
You can't have everything.
You can't have everything. And then we have the new line book in.
We did get a new line yarn in, didn't we?
Yes. We could show that next time.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I don't even remember now. We'll show that next time.
I could preview it if you'd like. I have the publication here. It's called Lionel. It's a chunky yarn, which is absolutely great.
That's the one you were thinking of, River
Bend.
Yes.
But the brochure, the booklet, is actually very good. They've got mittens. She's got a beautiful pullover. Yeah, look at this cardigan.
It's pretty.
I mean, how cozy is that? It's a merino wool.
For anyone who likes instant gratification, right?
Absolutely. Hats and scarves. Come and get it.
That's right.
And we have all the colors.
That's pretty too. This reminds me of like the scrappy cardigan, the scrappy things that they're doing now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Only you don't need scraps.
You don't need scraps. It does all the work for you.
There you go.
Look at that one.
Cardigan.
Yeah.
So lots of new stuff. Anyway.
That's it for now, I guess, right?
That's it for now. We've shared a
little
lot.
bit.
We've shared a lot.
Information overload, maybe. A lot to think about.
A lot.
Yeah.
So do you think we're going to podcast before Rhinebeck?
Well, this is September 21st. You almost have a whole month. I think Rhinebeck is the 18th to 20th or 17th to 19th?
I think it's 18th to 20th. I'm not sure.
Correct, yeah. Well, we have almost a month. If we can't podcast again before.
Well, stay tuned.
We're going to have to podcast because you know that one of us is going to have an FO.
So is that the impetus to podcast? I have like a frog
in your throat.
You know what? I have a couple of weekends, though, that are going to be a little busy. We're taking Sophie to see another college.
Okay.
I mean, weekends are probably... we could podcast during the week, I suppose.
Weekends are better,
tuned.
though.
Weekends are better. All right, stay tuned.
We're fresher.
Yes.
Although I don't
More
think I
alert.
look particularly fresh today. I don't
Yes,
know.
you do.
I don't know.
All right, you guys, get back to your knitting. Hopefully you enjoyed our podcast today. Thank you for watching. I don't think we introduced ourselves.
I'm pamsap on Instagram and Ravelry.
I'm Dinah, but you can find me as The Knitting Place on Instagram and The Knitting Place on Ravelry, The Knitting Place on Facebook. If you need to reach out, DM.
You know where to find us.
Yes. Call the shop. It's all good. Hopefully we've inspired you, and
let us know.
Any questions?
Let us know what you're knitting. If you have any suggestions, let us know what you're doing. What's your fall sweater? What are you anxious to knit? What is either on your needles or you're itching to cast on? You know, you could be itching to cast on 4 things. That's fine. We probably are too.
I need something new. Like, I feel like, I know I'm not that close, but I feel like I'm getting ready.
Well, it's time to start thinking. Yeah. It's time to start thinking.
I mean, I have my Cumulus that I could finish.
That you should finish. How far along are you on that?
I'm almost done with the body, so another sleeve
island. You may have to wait a while for that. Right now, the way I feel about sleeves.
You might need to pour me a drink. Speaking of drinks.
Oh, I was going to, we should mention that.
And I have something else to mention after, so you go first.
Well, this past Thursday, which was 2 days ago, Dinah and I had the good fortune to be invited to I don't know what it was called, but it was wine and knitting.
Yarn and wine, she called it.
Yarn and wine. One of our customers has a local wine shop. It's called the Wine Merchant, which is in Seacliff, which is maybe 5 or 6 miles from here, not even. And Seacliff is a great town. It's a very quaint town on the North Shore of Long Island. And we went over there with our yarn and our projects, and we sat, and they were kind enough. They had a wine sampling, or what you'd call a flight. It's a little more than a flight.
They were very gracious.
And it was great. It was great. We sampled several new wines. We sat and knit. We had a few little cheeses and some apples and fruit, and it was just great. We had a great time. And I think this is something that Tracy is going to be repeating every month at the Wine Merchant in Seacliff. So that is something that if you missed this past one, it's a great event. It was lots of fun. Right, Diana?
It was a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm looking down because I'm trying to look up. I watched a new podcast.
Which one?
It's called Knitting Posse.
Okay.
So the gals that we met from Connecticut at Rhinebeck.
Which ones?
Kate. It's Kate. Lorianne. Yes. Here, let me show you them. This is their picture. This is on Kate's Instagram. So they have their own Instagram handle. It's called @knitting_posse. And it was very cute. It's these 4 women. They're a knitting circle. Mm-hmm. And they talk about their projects and different yarns that they acquire and how they fit. And it was just really sweet. So a shout out to all you guys. I hope you do really well.
The Knitting Posse.
Yes, Knitting Posse. And it's just their experience
cute.
with their knitting. Yeah.
Nice.
So
shout out to them.
Shout out to you guys, and
keep podcasting.
Keep podcasting. It was great.
Because you always, regardless of how many podcasts you watch, there's always something that you see that you maybe were not aware of.
Yeah, and each one
just fun.
Brings something different. Mm-hmm. And I find that I wish I could watch them all. You can't. You just can't. So you kind of pick and choose, and sometimes there are people that you love and you wish you could watch every single one, and sometimes it takes longer to watch.
And I'll be honest with you, I think that's why I made one of the mistakes on my sleeves.
What were you watching?
I was watching a podcast. I was like, I have to sit and just focus, because it's not a long sleeve. It's not a big sleeve,
right.
And I think that's what I was kind of like losing my focus. And of course, do I realize it right away? No. I realize it when I'm 3/4 of the way done. But I'll still watch the podcast. I don't care.
Yeah.
Enjoy them.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And happy knitting.
Happy
knitting. Crocheting.
See you soon.
Crafting. Bye.